Happy Thursday, hot news, everybody. Let's get into the latest tech of the day. Happy Christmas Eve to everybody who celebrates it, although technically Christmas Eve isn't something you celebrate, although in my family we would decorate the tree the night before. Anyways, hope you're enjoying your time. We got no sponsor for today's episode. It's just you and me, the audience. So why don't we just jump on into Nvidia potentially making the same mistake twice, going back to the company that just kind of made things bad for them this time, allegedly. We don't know the full story. We're only seeing what we can see as consumers. Anyways, RTX 30 Super Series is allegedly going to be produced by Samsung as well. This is coming out of a report from Korea saying that Samsung and Nvidia have entered into a partnership that's worth hundreds of billions of dollars for Samsung to continue to use their 8nm output for Nvidia's upcoming graphics cards, whether it happens to be in gaming with the Super Series or anything else that's going to be in the compute sector. But it's a pretty big deal. Now, the reason that this is just potentially controversial is it does seem like Samsung has struggled to actually produce the chips that Nvidia needs to get everything out there. There's other market forces happening, such as GDDR6 not being in stock, as well as a few other things. But it does look on the whole like Nvidia has struggled to keep up with the demand that's been there because Samsung just isn't mature enough in its 8nm fabrication to make things work out for everybody. And that was just a slur of words that didn't come out properly, but you get what I'm saying. And it doesn't look like AMD's faring all that much better with the 7nm that's coming out of TSMC. So it's not necessarily to say that Nvidia would have been better off. However, AMD's circumstance is a little bit different because not only are they having to produce the chips for their 6900 or 6000 series GPUs, but they also have to produce the SoCs for the consoles that are just launching, as well as everything else that AMD's manufacturing. So it's a little different, but Samsung potentially going to be the next gen partner for Nvidia, and TSMC will just have to continue to work with Apple and AMD, which is just sad and weak and angrifying. But while we're talking about Nvidia looking to the future, let's look back to the ghost of Nvidia past with Fermi and the new MSI RTX 3090 Aero, which, as you can see, has a heatsink that is very reminiscent of the GTX. Wow! GTX 480 based on the Fermi architecture, as you can see right there. It is a nice little harken back to it. It does appear to be a stupid long card, and on top of that, they also add the 8 pins to the end. So it's going to be like heckin' even longer. This is just a length. This is as long as long cat. My goodness. But we also let's go back to the ghost of Christmas future with AIDA64 updating their list of RTX graphics cards to include the ones that we've been waiting for, the 3050, 3060, 3070 Ti, and 3080 Ti. So those likely will be coming, but this isn't the first time that AIDA64 has updated something and it potentially didn't come to pass, but it's a good indication that we're getting ready to hear an announcement from Nvidia. January 12th is when we're supposed to be waiting for them to come out with that. But while we're just going around a loop and a loop and a loop with all of the GPUs that are coming and going, and we just can't keep an eye on what's happening, well, an AI is doing that with a base solo. Yes, a base solo is what I'm saying. Their data bots trained a neural network to feature an infinite bass solo made from bass improvisations from the YouTuber Adam Neely. 2 hours worth of the bass solo, they put it into an RNN, and it's just going to perpetually go forever into the future. I can't play the bass. Yeah, it's just going to keep, the bass is just going to keep going, my friends. So you can check that out and listen to the soothing slapping if you want. I'll leave a link in the video description for that, but that's not the only infinite almost YouTube thing that's going on. 21 Pilots actually apparently did live stream music video that they said was going to be an endless music video. Well, turns out that they pulled the plug, but it ran for 178 days and it was created out of 162,000 fan submissions of their music video for Level of Concern. It set a Guinness World Record for being the longest music video ever, coming in at 178 days, which is beating the previous record, which was Pharrell's Happy of 24 hours. So, wow. Okay. That's a huge record setting right there. Transition to talking about Microsoft Flight Simulator. Virtual reality is now out. In case you want to fly around the globe in VR, you can do so with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And in case you want AIs to beat you, well, now they don't even need to know the rules of the game that they're playing in order to decimate you. This is thanks to DeepMind's latest AI, because they started with AlphaGo, which beat the best human Go players in the entire world. Then they did AlphaGo Zero, which which had a different way of learning. Then they did one which was AlphaZero, which could play Go, chess, and shogi at the same time with the same algorithm. And now they launched MuZero, which doesn't even need to know anything. You just launch it into the game and it'll absolutely slaughter you. And you think you're good at things, and then this baby little AI sprouts out of the ground and destroys your hopes of ever being a professional in anything. Future's getting freaky, my friends. And New York State's trying to make sure that it's not freaky in all the wrong ways, with them being the first state to temporarily ban facial recognition in schools upon review of a privacy as well as other study going on. And it will be in effect, this ban, until July 1st of 2022, until they get some sort of sense of how it's going to be implemented, whether or not the children's privacy, safety, and security implementations can be kept safe and all of that. So it seems very prudent of them to do a review before implementing something that could be utilized to just monitor everybody. But, you know, to each state their own. I suppose that's how we do it in America. But how the Department of Homeland Security wants you to do tech in America is not with China. The Department of Homeland Security is releasing a report yesterday saying that U.S. companies should avoid data services and equipment from companies in China, primarily because you can read the 15-page report for yourself. But essentially, it's because, number one, the Chinese regime can force the companies to divulge confidential information to the government, and secondly, that Chinese companies can benefit from the government's financial and technical support, which makes them not neutral. So the DHS not wanting American companies to work with Chinese companies when it comes to data moving around. And OnePlus wants you to wear their stuff on your wrist because they are saying that a OnePlus watch should be coming out early next year, in case you're interested in that, as well as a fanless Noctua cooler. Yes, apparently has hit mass production, or mass production is about to start. This is an exclusive look you can see here from Fanless Tech. Quite exciting. The roadmap from Noctua says that this should be coming out in Q1 of next year, so hitting mass production soon absolutely makes sense. Now we don't have to deal with the brown fans anymore, but in case you they're still going to have all of their other products, but in case you want Noctua quality and silence, you can get the passive cooler now from Noctua. I'm excited for that. But while OnePlus and Noctua have things on the roadmap, so does Sony, saying that they're planning 3 movies and 7 TV shows based on PlayStation games. And I don't think this is gonna. So they got the Uncharted movie, obviously, and then they're gonna have a whole bunch of. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. Oh, there's also the Last of Us TV series. I don't know. We'll see. Video game content usually is never really good on the screen. Besides the video, you know what I'm trying to say. Well, there's an AI that knows what you're trying to listen to, because it's an AI that will dunk on your Spotify habits, as this headline says, or just really let you know how little you've actually achieved in your musical tastes. I actually ran my Spotify through it, and it got me to a T. Anyways, it'll evaluate things on when you got stuck, how basic your music is, and all of that. So you can check it out at the link in the video description. According to this, my Spotify was middle-aged pop punk eyeliner and screaming liberal arts hip hop bad. Which, boy howdy, if that's not true, my goodness. Thanks to my obsessions with Blink-182, emo music, Coheed and Cambria, My Chemical Romance, and Childish Gambino for that. Based on your listening habits, I can also tell your Spotify was checkerboard fedora bad. I don't even know what that is. God rock bad. Middle school Warped Tour bad. That's the most accurate one. 90s middle school rock bad. Retiree softball league bad. But wait, it gets worse. I listened to a lot of Dance Gavin Dance. That's absolutely true. I am only 10% basic, and I'm stuck in the early 2010s, and I peaked right around 21 Pilots Trench. That came out in 2018, AI. Thank you very much. So peaking in 2018's not too bad. Okay. Anyways, with that being said, this is going to be the end of this episode of Hot News. Hope you all are enjoying the holidays, however you are or are not celebrating them, and just enjoying the day off wherever you may have it. Or if not, I wish you love and peace and happiness and more tech news, because we'll do that. Get ready for the tech news tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow, friends. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brett. Catch you in the next one. Hot News.